Ever found yourself in a situation where your heart beats like a drum and your mind runs a marathon of thoughts, all filled with worry? That, my friends, is anxiety. It's an emotion we all experience, a universal response to stressful scenarios. Sometimes it's a fleeting feeling, other times it lingers, but it's always characterized by a sense of unease or apprehension. And while anxiety is a completely normal part of our human experience, it can become a problem when it starts to interfere with our daily activities. So, what causes this unsettling feeling of anxiety? It's a question that's been asked by many, and the answer isn't as straightforward as you might think. Anxiety, like many mental health conditions, is a complex beast with a multitude of potential causes. One of the most common triggers of anxiety is stress. It's like a snowball effect. A small worry can grow and grow, leading to an avalanche of anxiety. Whether it's pressure at work, financial worries, or relationship issues, these everyday stresses can build up over time and lead to feelings of anxiety. Trauma, too, plays a significant role in the development of anxiety disorders. Traumatic events like accidents, personal loss, or abuse can lead to lasting anxiety, particularly if they occurred in childhood. They can leave deep emotional scars that manifest as anxiety later in life. Certain medications can also trigger anxiety. Some drugs, such as corticosteroids, stimulants, and even some over-the-counter cold medicines, can cause feelings of anxiety and nervousness. It's always important to consult with a healthcare provider about potential side effects before starting any new medication. Underlying health conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, or hormonal imbalances can also lead to anxiety. The physical strain of dealing with a chronic illness can often lead to emotional distress, including anxiety. But it's not just environmental factors that can cause anxiety. Genetics and brain chemistry also play a part. If you have a family history of anxiety disorders, you're more likely to experience them yourself. And studies have shown that people with certain types of brain chemistry are more prone to anxiety. In short, there's a myriad of factors that can contribute to anxiety. It can be a complex interplay of genetic, environmental, and personal factors. But although the causes vary, the good news is that anxiety is treatable. With the right help and support, it's entirely possible to manage and overcome anxiety no matter what the cause. To better understand anxiety, we've sought insights from mental health experts. In the realm of mental health, professionals often emphasize that anxiety is not just feeling stressed or worried. It's a more pervasive and persistent condition, often characterized by an excessive and enduring sense of fear or worry about everyday situations. It's like having a constant alarm bell, ringing without any real danger. Dr. Jane Goodwin, a renowned psychologist, stresses that anxiety is a natural response to stress, but when it becomes a chronic issue, it can disrupt our daily lives. She highlights the importance of recognizing when anxiety shifts from being a normal reaction to stress into a debilitating disorder. Adding to this, psychiatrist Dr. Mark Stevens talks about the numerous factors that contribute to anxiety. He mentions that it is often a combination of genetic predisposition, personal circumstances, and environmental factors. He emphasizes that it's not a one-size-fits-all diagnosis, as each person experiences anxiety differently. On the impact of anxiety, clinical psychologist Dr. Laura Thompson explains that chronic anxiety can lead to a variety of physical health issues, such as heart problems, gastrointestinal issues, and weakened immune system, to name a few. She states, "Anxiety is not just in the mind, it impacts the body too." Emphasizing the importance of seeking help, Dr. Samuel Harris, a mental health counselor, states that anxiety is treatable. Many people with anxiety disorders live fulfilling lives with the right treatment and support. He encourages everyone to reach out to a mental health professional if they're experiencing symptoms of anxiety. There is no shame in seeking help. Dr. Harris also points out that it's crucial to have a supportive environment. Friends, family, and community play a significant role in the recovery process. He says, "Support is a powerful tool in overcoming anxiety." In sum, our experts emphasize that anxiety is a complex condition influenced by various factors. It's more than just feeling stressed or worried. It has wide-ranging impacts on our lives, but with understanding, professional help, and support, it can be managed effectively. As our experts have shared, understanding anxiety is the first step towards overcoming it. Now, how can we manage and overcome anxiety? That's the question on everyone's mind, isn't it? Well, the good news is, there are several effective strategies available to help us in this endeavor. First up is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT for short. This is a type of psychological treatment that has been extensively researched and proven effective for a range of issues, including anxiety. It works by helping us identify, understand, and change thought patterns that lead to harmful behaviors or feelings of distress. Think of it as a kind of mental detective work, where we're uncovering the culprits behind our anxiety and learning how to deal with them. Next, we have mindfulness. This is a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment, while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations. It's like taking a step back and observing our anxiety without getting swept up in it. This can be achieved through various practices such as meditation, yoga, or even simple breathing exercises. We also have relaxation techniques, which are exactly what they sound like. Techniques designed to help us relax. This could be anything from listening to calming music, taking a warm bath, or practicing progressive muscle relaxation, where you tense and then release different muscle groups in your body. But managing anxiety isn't just about dealing with it when it strikes. It's also about creating a lifestyle that helps prevent it in the first place. This is where the importance of a healthy lifestyle comes into play. Regular physical exercise, a balanced diet, adequate sleep, these are all crucial elements in keeping anxiety at bay. They help boost our mood, improve our energy levels, and provide us with a sense of well-being that can act as a buffer against anxiety. But that's not all. There are more ways to keep anxiety at bay. So stay tuned as we delve deeper into the strategies for overcoming anxiety in the next part of this discussion. Continuing from where we left off, let's explore more ways to overcome anxiety. While we've already discussed some natural strategies, it's equally important to acknowledge the benefits of medication in managing anxiety. This doesn't mean relying solely on pills, but rather understanding that, in some cases, medication can help to balance the chemicals in the brain, making it easier to implement other coping strategies. However, it's crucial to remember that medication should always be prescribed and monitored by a healthcare professional. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, and what works for one person might not work for another. Also, some medications may have side effects, so it's important to have open and honest discussions with your healthcare provider about what you're experiencing. Next, let's talk about the role of support groups. These are safe spaces where you can share your experiences, fears, and victories over anxiety with others who are going through the same journey. Support groups can provide a sense of community and belonging, reminding you that you're not alone in your struggle. They can also be a source of practical advice, as members often share what has worked for them. Now, on to lifestyle changes. Did you know that caffeine and alcohol can exacerbate anxiety symptoms? Caffeine can cause jitters and increase heart rate, while alcohol can affect the balance of chemicals in your brain. So if you're struggling with anxiety, it might be beneficial to limit your intake of these substances. Finally, let's emphasize the importance of professional help. There's absolutely no shame in seeking assistance from a psychologist, psychiatrist, or therapist. These professionals are trained to understand the complexities of the human mind and can provide tools and strategies to manage anxiety effectively. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not a weakness. It shows that you're taking control of your life and making a conscious decision to work towards better mental health. So let's continue the journey to overcoming anxiety together, one step at a time. So, we've taken a deep dive into the world of anxiety. We started by defining what anxiety is. We learned that it's more than just feeling stressed or worried. Anxiety is a persistent, excessive fear or worry in situations that are not threatening. It's a common human experience, but when it disrupts your daily life, it becomes a disorder. We then moved on to understand the causes of anxiety. We discovered that it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. Factors like genetics, brain chemistry, personality, and life events can all play a role in triggering anxiety. It's crucial to understand that anxiety does not discriminate. It can affect anyone at any time. We also had the opportunity to hear from experts in the field. They shared their insights and affirmed that anxiety is a complex condition, but not an unbeatable one. They emphasized the importance of seeking professional help and exploring various treatment options. Finally, we looked at strategies to overcome anxiety. We talked about cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness techniques, medication, and lifestyle changes like regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate sleep. These strategies are not magic solutions, but they can offer significant relief over time. To wrap up, let's remember that knowledge is power. Understanding anxiety is the first step towards managing it. It's a journey, one that may be challenging but also rewarding. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and with the right tools and support, you can overcome anxiety.